We start off first with the latest coming in from Pakistan. The chaos in the political corridors of the country has now reached the apex court ahead of a battle in the parliament. 2 pleas have been filed in the Supreme Court of Pakistan. The hearing on these petitions coming amid a heated political situation, with the government and the opposition trading barbs and threatening to flex muscles in roadshows ahead of the crucial no-trust vote. A vote that will seal the fate of the country's Prime Minister, Imran Khan. In one of the 2 petitions in the apex court, the PTI government has sought the Supreme Court's opinion on Article 63A of the Constitution, which deals with the disqualification of lawmakers over defection. Imran Khan's government asking the Supreme Court to advise if it could seek lifelong disqualification of defectors from the ruling party. This comes days after several PTI lawmakers who had been in hiding at the Sindh House in Islamabad revealed themselves, proving that the opposition's claims of winning some members of the ruling coalition were indeed true. Imran Khan had earlier accused the opposition of horse trading ahead of that no-trust vote. He said that the capital Sindh House had become a centre for buying and purchasing members. Let's talk about the other plea filed in the top court. It was filed by the Supreme Court Bar Association. It sought the court's intervention to prevent anarchy ahead of the no-confidence vote. 3 key opposition leaders of Pakistan, PMLN President Shehbaz Sharif, the PPP Chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, and the JUIF Chief Maulana Fazlur Rahman were present in the courtroom. Hearing this plea, the Chief Justice of Pakistan said that the Supreme Court has not yet been convinced to interfere in the proceedings of the National Assembly. Justice Omar Atta Bandial said that the Supreme Court wants to protect everybody's voting rights. The Chief Justice, however, said that any member's right to vote was not absolute. Meanwhile, political temperatures only rising in Islamabad. The countdown for that no-confidence vote is well and truly on. The parliament session is nearing. The opposition's chances of success seeming to get better, and the Prime Minister seeming to be losing ground. At least 24 lawmakers from his party have threatened to vote against him. The no-confidence motion debate begins on the 25th of March and a vote is likely to be held on the 28th of March. The opposition requires 172 votes to dethrone the Prime Minister. In the 342-member assembly, the opposition has 162 seats. The PTI-led government has 177. And 24 of Imran Khan's lawmakers are planning to vote against him. That's way more than what the opposition needs. And if the no-trust resolution against the leader is passed by a majority of the total membership of the lower house, the Prime Minister will cease to hold office. And if the opposition does get support by enough defectors from the ruling party, the PTI government could go home and Imran Khan's house of cards will collapse. Let's go straight across now to senior journalist Ahmad Shaheen, who's joining us on the broadcast from Lahore. Ahmad, what do you make of this legal battle ahead of the battle in the parliament? And how do you see this debate in the parliament playing out, given where the numbers stand as of now?
In terms of the legal battle, I mean, I don't think this is per se the legal battle. They're trying every avenue possible. The PTI government is trying every possible avenue to threaten the member of parliament that belong to them in order to vote in the favor of Prime Minister Imran Khan. The underlining message is they're asking the court to interpret the law and tell them if they can disqualify these people forever and not just ask them to get re-elected with another political party. Disqualify them forever. They're calling them thieves. They're calling them corrupt people. They're saying even nobody's going to give a rishta or a marriage proposal to your children. They're saying all of that, and they're saying you're corrupt, you're criminals, blah, blah, blah. They were in their ranks. And they're also, and Imran Khan, Prime Minister Imran Khan is also saying that I'm like your father. And if you want to come back, you're more than welcome to come back and you will be forgiven. So in terms of the courts, they're trying to get the court to say something to scare the members of their political party. and also to outline the mood of the judicial establishment. Because right now, what's happening is that every political party is trying to be more loyal than the king. Imran Khan, before he came into power, was criticizing generals for meddling into politics. Once he was their favorite, he was passing laws, outlawing people like me, talking about the military should not interfere in politics. And now, as soon as the tables are turned a bit, it's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, the current government, Imran Khan's political party's social media wing, that is now talking ill of the military. And guess who is not talking ill of the military? The opposition. The opposition, in a joint statement and also in separate statements, has condemned talking against military, and they have asked this to be taken notice of, that they shouldn't be talking against the military. So the tables have turned. I think they're trying to use the judicial influence rather than a verdict by the judiciary, because I don't think there is enough time if this takes place, if the vote of no confidence takes place on time, which is, again, PTI does not have a clean record of following the system. And Imran Khan did not come into power very peacefully. We remember that when Imran Khan was being selected to come into power, he attacked even the media organization that I worked for, even the state TV, even the courts. They used to hang their dirty laundry on the Supreme Court, on the sign of Supreme Court of Pakistan. They did not follow the system and come into power. They said, let's not pay taxes, let's shut down the whole system, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're saying, if this vote of no confidence is going to happen, we're going to have 1 million people between the legislators and where they need to go to vote, and then they have to go through those 1 million people. And if they vote against the prime minister, they have to go through the same 1 million people, and they're going to thrash the living daylights out of those members of parliament. So they didn't come in peacefully. They're not going to go out peacefully. They're reaching out to the courts to threaten those very candidates that you will be not disqualified from our party and asked to get yourself re-elected. You'll be disqualified for life. And let's not forget, they've done it to people like Nawaz Sharif, twice Prime Minister of Pakistan, disqualified for life. So it's not empty threats.
And how do you see this playing out for Imran Khan? What does this mean for him at a time when those 24 lawmakers have already threatened to vote against him? And given the sentiment that's already been expressed by more lawmakers apart from the ones who have already made that threat as well?
Imran Khan is going for a Pakistani version of the Capitol Hill incident that Donald Trump went for. Donald Trump himself incited his supporters to go and crash into the Capitol Hill. And Imran Khan's ministers and he himself is kind of trying to do the same thing. If Imran and the opposition parties, on the other hand, are also getting their support, they've announced a rally on the same day at the same place. So the opposition is also going to show its muscle. So Imran Khan's options are very clear. He is going to try to delay the voting process of the no confidence motion. The speaker is obliged by law to do this. So the opposition is going to the courts, trying to get the speaker tried under the Article 6, which is treason, because you are not performing your duty as per the Constitution. I don't think it's going to end in a legal battle, because quite clearly the military establishment is not supporting Imran Khan, and the opposition is supporting the military right now. So Imran Khan, I think it's going to be a show of power. People are embattled with poverty and inflation in Pakistan, so PTI government is not that popular. So if Imran Khan will leave no stone unturned. So he will try to go down that route. He already has done that, but at that time, people were on his side, and people were breaking into TV channels, state media, and all of that. But this time, if Imran Khan shows power, which I think he's already tried, his supporters, a few dozen, already managed to break into the Sindh House and try to attack those members of the National Assembly who were going to vote against Imran Khan. I think a Capitol Hill Pakistani version is in the offing. The courts are not going to be able to provide relief. Imran Khan is going to delay the vote till it becomes confrontational. It's going to be an ugly end of an ugly era. And it's going to be sad for the opposition, it's going to be sad for the government and the military establishment and the judicial establishment, and the media itself is going to be exposed. Don't forget, last time I mentioned that very soon we'll be releasing the videos of all these people who went from Imran Khan's camp to the opposition's camp. And these are the same people who left the opposition's camp and went to Imran Khan's camp because they're very close to the military and big businessmen of Pakistan. And it's up to the media and the people of Pakistan to expose the fact that these 24 or 36 people are actually responsible for making and breaking of governments when they're ordered to do so. And that, I think, is a bigger crisis than Imran Khan wanting bloodshed and civil unrest to remain in power.
We're leaving it there for the moment. Amar Shaheen, thanks very much for joining us with those perspectives. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.